Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Matt from Gizmos Reptiles here. I've missed you guys an awful lot since the last video, since our introduction to each other. Feel like we're a family already. As you probably saw in the thumbnail, today we're going to be building a room. The location for that room is going to be in my basement. A dark, dingy basement. The purpose of that room is for a snake room. I'm going to be housing all of my serpents, all of my breeders in that room, which you haven't actually met any of them yet. So stay tuned for that. That will be in later videos. I'll start showing those. Maybe we'll do enclosure builds for some of them, breeding projects, all that fun stuff. So we're in my basement currently. The location is going to be just over here. As you can see, some silly sausage put a makeshift kind of bar thing in the way of me snake room. Snakes don't drink, so I don't need this thing. I got to get rid of it. I'm going to be removing a lot of that wood slatting that's around, getting rid of that light. I'm going to be closing that opening there to no man's land. And I'm going to be putting a wall from here and up to kind of where this window is. So that will give me a nice little home to get the snakes. And I think it'll be a fun project for me to build. You guys get to watch me. I'm not really going to go into detail onto how to do it, but you'll see the basic idea of how to do it if you're interested. But if you do plan on building a room, maybe do a bit more research than just watching me in my basement building a snake room. So the first task at hand, task number 1, is to remove this bar and start the demo process of this, so I can get it all set up to lay the floor and do the next steps. So I'm going to set you down so you can watch me. So let's get started. Okay, demo is done. That took a lot longer to take down the bar than I thought. That makeshift bar was built to last. But anyway, the demo is complete, as you can see here. So now we get a bit more of an idea as to what the room's going to look like. So if we step back, you can see it's a fair size. But now, step 11 is to get rid of all of this crap. Next step is to get rid of all this junk. All the scrap. So we're going to take this to the shop, and then we're going to bring the van back with the materials that we need, and then we can start the next set, which is building the room itself. Welcome to the shop, guys. This is the van. I got a couple of things loaded in there I need to take out because they're for later projects, but I thought I'd give you a teaser anyway. So I've got a couple of sheets of melamine here to do some other stuff in the future. This is all glass in these boxes here. There's different cuts of glass. The door for the room itself, the plywood for the floor. I got me 2x4s just on up there. And I've just got to grab a few more things so we can get this underway. So I'm going to unload everything we don't need, load up what we do need, and I'll see you guys back in the basement. All right, I'm back. Bloody cold out there. And now let's get rid of this junk and bring the new material down. Okay, so update time, guys. All the demos done, as you can see. Back walls, side walls, all ready to go. Turns out they didn't decide the floor under the bar, so I'm going to have to do something about that. So in case you struggled to visualize it before, I'm going to continue this wall out to another foot or so, run it all the way up to the ceiling, all the way to this side here. The wall should be pretty much where that sensor is right there, which we're going to have to move. Here's me door. I'm going to have it open outside so it doesn't take up real estate in the room. The only concern with having the door open this way is it may cover the Margot Robbie poster, but I've done the math, don't worry guys, it will not. So, next step, I've got to deal with this floor first. I've got to fix this problem here. After that, I'm going to put the walls up, then I'm going to install the door, I'm going to close off that at the back there, and then we're golden. We should be ready for the next steps, which will be electrical and plumbing, and the heating. I plan on doing all the cutting outside, but I don't know if you guys can see, it's snowing a little bit, so I could have chosen a better day for this, but you know, it is what it is. But I got to do it because it's the only time I got free right now. So I'm going to set you guys back up over there. Let's get to it. The basic structure is complete, so I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a tour. So there we go, that's the exterior wall there. There's me door. door works, it closes nicely, but we don't really need the door, we can just go through one of these. Whoop. Here's kind of the space that we're looking at here. So I know the room isn't very big. Some of you might be a little underwhelmed by it, but it's big enough for what I need currently. So, I mean, at some point I might end up having to take the whole basement, but right now we can facilitate just the one room. See, my goal with this room is to make this a snake room. This is gonna be the breeding area, and I plan on snake racks going along the entire back wall just there. I'm going to be running lights in here and having them on a day and night cycle. So this room will be independent to the rest of the house in terms of the lighting. So I don't even need to be here, it will just turn off as needed. I'm going to insulate all these walls, insulate this wall here, because this is the exterior wall and it's cold, and I don't know what's behind it. I don't really want to expose too much. I'm going to place a sink just down here. That way I can fill up the water bowls and do all the cleaning and do all the misting from within this room. I don't have to leave this room to do anything. That's the goal. I'm also going to have this whole room on its own breaker. So this whole room's electrical supply is going to be independent of everything else. But I'm not going to be the one hooking up directly to the breaker box, because if I do that, the chances are these videos will end very prematurely. So this video here, I'm going to be building the entire room. I was going to split it into 2 videos, but because I lost some of the footage, because the camera went on strike, I'm just going to combine this into one video, so maybe a little bit longer, I'm not sure. We'll see what it looks like towards the end. And this is a reptile channel. I know that this is not really reptile based right now, but I'm just building the room and then everything's going to follow that, because you saw the first 2 videos with Gizmo, Greta and Gabby. There's a lot more animals you haven't met yet, plus all the breeders. And we have light. So the electrical part of this room is complete. Got our 3 outlets there for the racks. This outlet, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. It's going to be more of an extra. Then I got the outlet for the lights, which I'll be putting a smart plug on, so there'll be a day and night cycle in this room. Next steps are plumbing and heating, and then we can start drywalling this and getting it actually looking like a room. There we go. Room is complete. We'll be inspired on by a Jasper. And no basement's complete without a poster of Margot. And we can still see her, so that's wonderful. So let's go take a look inside the room. So there we have it, the room is finished, complete. It's not very pretty, but it does its job. It's only going to be a temporary setup anyway. At some point I'm going to have to enlarge this and maybe move it. It's quite warm in here, because I've given it, as you can see, its own heat, and it has a, I can't remember what it's called, but it basically controls the amount of flow this room gets, and it gives it more flow, so this room gets a lot warmer than everywhere else. Generally this house sits at about 21 Celsius, and this room is about 26. So it's quite a big jump from the rest of the house, because 21's comfortable for me. So here's our rack, lovely and in place. That noise was Jasper. I shut the door and Jasper wanted to come and join me, and now he's run off again, so who knows. Oh, I think he's coming back. Yep, there he is. What do you do about this? What do I do? What do I do? So this room also houses dogs. This is Jasper, and I believe he's enjoying the room. Right, Jasper? Can you sit? Down. Good boy. And that's it for this video. You may have seen this. No respect. No respect. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. So this right here is a rack, which is going to be what we do in the next video. We're going to be building this together. So I'll see you then in the next video.